Hi, I'm Doug, your tech support representative for Atlantic British, and in this video we're going to talk about the Repair and Maintenance Academy kit that we have for the replacement of your O2 sensors on your 96 to 99 P38 with the GEMS engine. Now, we have the kit. As you know, you can go online and you can access and download this sheet, and what this does is give you a list of maintenance items that are recommended by Land Rover in the maintenance schedule sheet for that vehicle. Now, in this case, we're going to discuss the kit for the O2 sensors. They're recommending replace the O2 sensors every 90,000 miles. Over a period of time, they do get coated, they get oil, they get road debris on them, and that will affect their performance, which directly affects engine performance and fuel economy. So what we have here, we see, is two different sets. And the reason for that is that there is what they call a VIN split, or a change in design during that model. And what we have here is the kit which stocks the, we'll pull this up so you can read that. These are the AMR 6244 SKA. These are for the P38 Range Rovers from vehicle number 350102, and that'll be the last 6 digits of your VIN number that is on your windshield and on your door panel. The other kit is ERR 1834 SKA, and those are for vehicles that were built up to 350101. So keep that in mind, that before you order this kit, you will need to know the last 6 digits of your vehicle ID number, and you can get that directly from under the windshield on the driver's side or on the door jamb on the driver's side. Both will have your VIN number posted, or even your vehicle registration will have it. So there isn't much of a difference between them, but you will see that on the early version you have a black 4-pin connector. They use the same O2 sensors, and on the new version, or the A's, uses a gray connector. That will help you discern whether or not you have either or. And again, I'll just reiterate that changing the O2 sensors every 90,000 miles can make a huge difference in the performance of your engine. They do directly affect the fuel mixture, so they do directly affect your fuel economy. So now we're going to show you where the location of those O2 sensors are, and show you how to take them off. Alright, so here we are underneath the 99 P38 GEMS engine, and we're going to show you the location of the O2 sensors. Now on these, they're fairly open, they're very easy to get at. This is going to be your Upstream O2 sensor, and we're looking at the passenger side of the vehicle, or right side if you were in the vehicle facing forward. This is your downstream right here. Following your wiring will take you right to the connectors, which are relatively easy to access. Generally the two for the downstream are going to be right up on the back of the side of the transmission transfer case connection. And with these, you're just simply going to use a 5/8 wrench. And I usually start with a flare wrench because that creates less flex on the line. They become a little bit easier to disconnect. Now these are fairly clean, so you can see this one just broke loose. So you break it loose with a flare wrench, and then you can go to an open end. And you can even do it while it's still connected. You can spin these out. And then what you're going to do is, once you've got it laid down, you can reach right up, disconnect it, which is nothing more than just squeeze the tab and release it. And you're going to do just the opposite, putting it back in. And once you set it in place, again, you use your open end to set it, and then you go back to your flare wrench. And you just need to give it a snug. You don't need to over torque it, because you definitely don't want to strip the threads out on that, and then that becomes a big job. So that's in nice and snug. That's not going anywhere. There's the rear. Now you'll notice on some of these, right here, you'll see the heat shield actually touching the wiring. You want to put that heat shield back up in place, because eventually what it'll do is rub through those wires, and then you're going to end up with an O2 fault code. So always keep that in mind, that once you get these out, you can see what's missing. There's a little washer and nut that belongs right there that'll pull the heat shield off of the O2 sensor. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure there's nothing rubbing on the wiring. Now just to show you where they are on the driver's side. Now on these, the drive shaft seems like it might be in the way, but you can still get a wrench up under the upstream. You're going to remove it the same way. Follow the wiring. We'll take you to the connector. Squeeze the tab and release. The rear, actually, that's relatively easy to get at. And what you may do is when you go to take these off, and you get what sometimes you're going to run into something that's a little on the snug side, you can take a hammer and you can tap on the end of the wrench and work it slowly, work it around, and you'll feel if it's going to loosen up or not. Once you break it loose, I found sometimes you're going to get a lot of carbon buildup on the bottom side or exposed areas of the threads that are inside the cat. Just simply try to loosen it a half a turn, a quarter of a turn, and then come back and then go forward again. And it's a little tedious, but you'll do less damage to the threads, which will make installing the new ones that much easier. And that's pretty much it for changing the O2 sensors. Again, every 90,000 miles, you want to keep your vehicle running well, keep your fuel economy down. And when you're ready to change them over, you can give a call to any of our knowledgeable salesmen, 1-800-533-2210.